Edward and Stan are best friends. Edward lives with his wife, Leah, and Stan lives alone. Can you spot Stan's house? There's a love note on the fridge in the right kitchen. Therefore, Stan lives in the left one. Edward is furious because Leah cleaned his home office without permission. Can you spot 5 changes? Here they are. A lot of neighbors gather for Edward's garage sale. One of them is a robot. Can you guess who? This gentleman. Stan is visiting a food court and finds 2 similar bakeries. Can you spot 5 differences between them? Over here. What about these burger places? Can you find 10 differences? Here they are. Can you spot a mistake in this menu? Tuna isn't an ice cream. What about this coffee menu? Any mistakes? Free toppings have a price. Stan works in an agency that holds super secret investigations. They're looking for people with superpowers all over the planet. One day, an anonymous user broke into their corporate system where all the data was stored. Stan finds 3 suspects who are capable of such crimes and interrogates them. He asks only one question. What did you manage to find out when you stole the data? Billy says, I haven't done this kind of crime for 15 years. I don't want to go back to prison. Anna says, I was going to steal your data, but I changed my mind. You didn't have any valuable information. Nobody will believe in superheroes. And Liam replies, Bruh, if I committed such a crime, I would have covered all traces. Who's lying? Anna. She couldn't have learned the secret information without breaking into their system. Stan is visiting a fashion show. He received a clue that one of these models can be a robot. Can you guess who? The second lady. She has a USB outlet on her neck. The robot model, Nina, is very famous, and nobody knows that she's not human. Stan invites her to his office. Nina confesses, I arrived from another planet to study human behavior. Unfortunately, someone recorded their secret interrogation and posted it online. Only 4 people were in the office at that moment. Stan questions them. Ryan, the cleaner, says, I was vacuuming the 5th floor and couldn't hear anything. Mia, the manager, says, I'm a huge fan of Nina, even though she's not a human. I would never set her up like that. And the guard, Billy, says, I didn't hear your conversation. I was watching a football match in my headphones. Who's lying? Ryan. Their office is a 4-story building. Nina invites Stan over for dinner. She lives in a big, circular house with a maid, a butler, and a gardener. Nina goes to her room to change. Suddenly, Stan hears her scream and runs to her. Oh no, someone broke into my safe and stole my diamond necklace. Stan interrogates the staff. The butler says he was organizing the library. The maid says that she was dusting the corners. And the gardener says she was watering the roses. Who's lying? The maid. She was dusting the corners, but Nina lives in a circular house. So there are no corners. Stan invites Nina to a fancy restaurant to refute rumors that she's a robot. Can you spot any mistakes in this menu? They confused pomegranate with meat. Stan leaves the table to wash his hands and returns in 2 minutes. Can you spot 5 changes? Here they are. Nina slips and falls on the floor. Now she needs to replace a broken fragment in her body as soon as possible. Stan takes her to a secret lab. They need to enter a 3-digit code to open the door. He starts looking for clues and notices some tips written on the wall. But the last digit is erased. Can you help them crack the password? The digits indicate the points of intersections of the lines, so the last digit is 4. They open the door and enter a spacious hallway. A note on the wall says, "Lab is behind the purple door." Can you help the guys find the purple door? The first door is wooden, but it has an inscription and an arrow indicating that the purple door is on the right. The second door is painted blue and red, so it doesn't fit. Let's take a closer look at the third door. There's purple color under the layer of yellow paint, so the guys choose this door. Nina throws a party at her house and invites Stan. He receives an anonymous message. There's a werewolf among the guests. Can you find this person? The first lady is wearing very long nails, and the second guy has a heavy beard. But it doesn't prove anything. But let's take a look at the third lady. She's trying to hide her shiny yellow wolf eyes under her fancy sunglasses. In the kitchen, Stan meets 3 chefs preparing delicious meals. One of them is a criminal. Can you guess who? The third lady. She's adding glass fragments to the food. Stan calls the police and they arrest the third chef. She confesses that one of the guests, John, bribed her. He asked her to put glass in Stan's plate, but there are 3 Johns at the party. The officer asks one of them just one question. "How do you know Stan?" John 1 says, "I'm a billionaire and I don't do interrogations without my lawyer." John 2 says, "I came here to see Nina because she's my crush. I've never seen Stan before." And John 3 says, "Stan and I went to the same college. I haven't seen him for many years, but today we met by chance." Who's lying? John 1. He's wearing a fake Gucci sweater. It's unlikely that he's a billionaire. The next day, Stan wakes up in a dusty basement. A creepy voice says that Stan can pass through one of these 3 doors. Behind the first door, there's a tank with crocodiles. Jungles full of wild animals are hiding behind the second door, and there's a giant blue whale behind the third door. It can easily swallow an adult human. Which door is more or less safe? Stan should pick the third door. Whales can't survive without water. Therefore, it's not a threat. Stan returns to his office and finds out that someone has stolen the most expensive superhero costume from the lab. Only 3 people knew about this artifact and had a key: Mia, Billy, and Rose. Stan questions everyone. Mia says, "I was feeling sick yesterday, so I went home." Billy says, "I locked the office at 10 p.m. and carried my key with me." And Rose says, "I carried out technical testing of the suit in the afternoon. After that, I locked it up and left." Who stole the costumes? Mia. She's wearing a superhero costume under her clothes. Stan offers Mia a deal. "If I write your exact weight on a piece of paper, you'll give the costume back." Mia agrees and gives Stan a piece of paper and a pen. In a minute, she returns the costume. How did Stan do it? Stan literally did what he said. He wrote the phrase, "your exact weight," on the paper. Stan needs to find new investors for his agency. That's why he's meeting 3 people, and each offers Stan a deal. Mallory says, "I used to have unique superpowers when I was little, but I didn't develop them. Now I'm old and rich, and I want to invest in your lab to help people like me." Cherry says, "My parents left me billions of dollars. I want to invest in progressive projects." And Alfred says, "Look, I can help you develop your agency, but I want to have a controlling stake and hire my own staff." One of them is a liar. Can you guess who? Take a closer look at Mallory's hand. She's a robot. Therefore, her story is a lie, because robots don't age.
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.
Since AI is taking over the world, what is the best way to take advantage of this than to have some fun? I asked an AI what our most beloved cartoon characters would look like if they were human, and I got some pretty impressive pictures. So how about we play a game? I'll be showing you AI drawings, and you'll have to tell me what cartoon character that is, okay? For this first round, I chose the easiest characters. But just because they seem obvious to me doesn't mean they'll be obvious to you, too. You have 7 seconds to guess who's who, like this girl. Can you tell which cartoon character she is? Backpack. It's Dora the Explorer, of course. What about this one? Let's check. Red hair, beach background. It's gotta be Ariel from Disney's Little Mermaid. You just gotta love that movie. And who might that be? Here are some hints. She lives on an island, and she loves water more than she should. It's Moana. I think I might know her. I almost didn't recognize her without her wings. It's Tinkerbell. I've just watched the live action for this animated movie and I love it. In case you haven't figured it out by the outfit he's wearing, it's Aladdin. I know he's part of a family. It's Peter Griffin from Family Guy. What about this good-looking dude? I would never guess. But he's John Smith from Pocahontas. And who might this be? I knew it had to be Bart Simpson. Here's a riddle for you. She sings to birds and she has 7 best friends. I forgot to say her skin is white as snow. It's Snow White. I have to say these pictures of cartoon characters are almost creepy. They look so real, but moving on. Can you guess who this is? I'll give you some hints. Her family speaks Spanish, and they have a magical house. It's Isabella Madrigal. Did you know that Idina Menzel is the voice of this character? It's Elsa. What do you say? Feeling like building a snowman anytime soon? This one is tricky. I can tell you she's a villain in a Disney movie. Will that help? It's Lady Tremaine. She's Cinderella's evil stepmother. Okay, let's make this a little bit trickier. You have 7 seconds to figure out the next bunch of characters. This guy looks like a crazy scientist. And that's because he is. This is what Rick from Rick and Morty would look like if he was a real person. Oh, I love this cartoon. Can you guess who this guy is? It's Fred from Scooby-Dooby-Doo. And who might this be? Who remembers Kim Possible? This is her! Oh, a dog. Let's see, it isn't a Dalmatian. So what other famous cartoon dogs do we know and love? It's Scooby. Of course. Is this a member of the Croods family? It could be... But no, it's Fred Flintstone. Millennials would know this. And who's this? I wouldn't have guessed, but it's Charlie Brown from Snoopy. All I can say is that she has a funny name. It's Olive Oil from Popeye. Is everybody eating their spinach? This dude looks like a cast member of Captain Fantastic. But he's Peter Pan. I'm pretty sure I know this guy. It's Ned Flanders from The Simpsons. Tell me something. Can you sing with all the colors of the wind? You bet this is Pocahontas. And what about this guy? It's Eric from The Little Mermaid. Oh, wait, what's this picture of Ryan Gosling as Ken doing here? Sorry, y'all. This is not AI-generated art. It's just art. Moving on, can you tell who this redhead is? It's not Ariel, so it must be Merida, the main character from Brave. Oh, what's this cute baby doing here? It's Maggie Simpson. This person looks like a mixture of Britney Spears and Reese Witherspoon. Who could she be? It's Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. This is what he would look like if he was human. Here's a hint for you. This character lives on Pandora. It's Neytiri from the Avatar movie. This girl has a pet cricket. It's Mulan, of course. What about this guy wearing a bandana? I know. Hercules. I almost didn't recognize him without Pegasus, his flying horse. She's pretty, or should I say, she's Belle? Yep, it's Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Who could this guy be? Tarzan? Oh, I wouldn't have guessed. He looks so urban. Who's this guy with a pink beard? Although he looks like some quirky chef, he's supposed to be Patrick, from the SpongeBob cartoon. And what about this woman that looks like a fairy? This one's difficult. She's Joy from the Inside Out cartoon. I feel like I know this guy. But how could I? He's Winnie the Pooh if Winnie the Pooh was human and not a bear. I think this is another animal character that was turned into a human, right? Yep, it's Garfield. And what about this sailor? It's supposed to be Donald Duck's human form. I have to say, I hope they make live actions of these cartoons. I would definitely watch that. A grandpa. Which movie is he from? It's Fred from the movie Up. I don't recognize this girl. Can you guess who she is? Ah, she's a minion. If minions were human, that's cute and creepy at the same time. What about this little dude? I'll give you a hint. He's a Disney character, and he loves to eat cheese. It's the human version of Mickey Mouse. And this guy? His best friends are a meerkat and a warthog. This is supposed to be Simba. Hakuna Matata, my friends. What can I say about this character? She's very elastic. It's Helen Parr, the elastic woman from The Incredibles. Remember her? I think this is my favorite one yet. She won't even remember your name a few seconds after she meets you. Oh, and she speaks whale. It's Dory from the animated film Finding Nemo. We're moving on to the next round, so the rules are changing a little bit. I'll make it more difficult for you to guess who the character is. I'm going to show an object that belongs to a cartoon character, and you'll have to guess which cartoon it is. Got it? Who does this trident belong to? Ah, this one's too easy. It belongs to King Triton, Ariel's father. This looks more complicated. A blue cape with gold embroidery. It can only belong to the Beast, right? From Beauty and the Beast. It's his outfit when he dances with Belle in that epic scene. Who could this glass slipper belong to? It's Cinderella's, of course. A blue necklace? It's from Pocahontas, but only Disney's biggest fans would know that. A tambourine? Who plays a tambourine? This is a difficult one. It's Esmeralda from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This hat looks like it belongs to a pirate, doesn't it? That's because it does belong to Captain Hook from Peter Pan. A chef's hat, but why is it so tiny? Oh, because it belongs to Remy from Ratatouille, right? Who carries a bow and arrow nowadays? I guess not a lot of people, but Merida did. Does this game make you want to rewatch all your favorite animated movies? I've always wanted a scooter, but who does this one belong to? Ah, Luca, Cierto! I remember this hat. I think Joe from the Soul movie used it, right? Mr. Potato Head? Well, I don't think he belongs to any specific character. But he's from the Toy Story franchise, right? This stick looks pretty important. And prehistoric. Who does it belong to? It's Gran's. From the Croods movie. You gotta love her. Good job to anyone who's got most of these last questions right. They were pretty difficult. Now, for this next round, how about we play a little bit with our AI generating tools? What would famous people and characters look like if they lived in different epochs? Let's have a look. Who do you think this is? We all love Spider-Man's vibe, but this is what he would look like if he lived in the Victorian era, circa 1800. He would still have his red mask, of course, but even superheroes had to be formal back then. That's why he's wearing a vest with precious-looking gold buttons. And not to mention this Spider-Man has a cape, those long tailored capes men used to wear. Can you tell which superhero this is? It's Doctor Strange, but we've tweaked him a little bit. You see, Doctor Strange already looks like he's from another time period, right? So we made him look like a modern superhero doctor. History is created by real-life superheroes. They don't have any magic powers, but they certainly do some magic in their time. Can you guess who this is supposed to be? It's Einstein. If he had been born in the 1500s, of course. Then his hair would have been slicker and probably parted in the middle. We'd have seen him with a puffed chest and a neutral expression. And most importantly, he would have been wearing these funny aristocrat's shoes with delicate lace. Can you figure out who this dude is? It's Beethoven. If Beethoven had been an adult in the early 2000s, then I think he would have looked like a member of the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. Definitely no crazy hair since he would have been rocking a buzz cut. Honestly, I think I love this version of him. And what about this person? Could it be Van Gogh? Yup. Expect that this is probably what he would have looked like if he had been a member of Gen Z. I'll only say that her name is the same as the name of a day of the week. It'd have been Wednesday Addams if she had been born in Florida in the early 2000s. Her hair would have been much lighter in color, and in this multiverse, she wouldn't have been allergic to color. That's impossible if you live in the Sunshine State. I'm bringing some A-listers to our game. Can you guess who this celebrity is? It's Miss Gomez. I mean Selena Gomez. If she had been born in the 1920s, I think she would have been pictured wearing a beautiful polka dot dress with a short hairdo and a cloche hat. What about this guy? The one and only, Brad Pitt. But if he had lived in ancient Egypt, I have to say, these pastel tunics are a great fit for him. Oh, and we saw him in Troy. He sure can sport a sandal. Let's jump to the future. Our AI has generated what some celebrities would look like 40 years from now. Can you tell who this is? It's Harry Styles if he was 70 years old. I'd say a mix of an aged Jim Carrey with Daniel Craig, maybe. And who might this be? I think the hair has given it away. It's Billie Eilish, with natural gray hair. She looks like Tilda Swinton in Narnia. Gorgeous, if you ask me. Oh, and look who's back here. It's the aged version of Ryan Gosling, not by mistake this time. This is it for our AI fun, you lot. I hope you guessed most of these right. See you next time.
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.